chart. So last class we had discussed about charts only, right? We had inserted column chart, pie chart, bar chart, combo chart. Now, can anyone tell me what is meant by chart and for what purpose we use charts? So charts are nothing but it is used to represent the data graphically, mainly if you have a numeric data, if you want to display or if you want to represent the form of a represent in a graphical manner, we use here charts. Okay. Now today we are going to learn about Sparklines charts. So Sparklines are charts which can be inserted within a cell. Okay. So now we have seen a chart which was inserted in a specific area, right? In a chart area, it was inserted. But now we are going to see the chart which can be inserted within a cell. Okay. So it is mainly useful when you want to display or show trends. Uh, Currently, in the sheet, I have a data which contains name column, then details of Jan to May, whatever sales they have done. No, so I have inserted that in a form of data in this sheet. Now, in this, I want to insert a line chart. I'm not going to insert these type of charts. I'm going to insert a Sparkline chart which can be inserted within a cell. So here I'll give line chart. Okay. So to insert a line chart, I want to insert a chart for Sam's data. Okay. I want to know how was his performance from Jan to May. So how to check that? Select the cell where you want to insert a chart. Select line. Now you need to select the data range. So where is the data? Data is from B2 to F2. Okay. You need to select it like this. So what is the range I have selected? B2 to F2. Now what you have to do? You have to click on OK. Now can you see here? This is a line chart which is inserted within a cell. If I want to fill the data for or fill the chart for the other datas, like how you use fill down option, in the same manner you can use, but you can't press Ctrl D here. You need to hold it and then fill down by using mouse. So this is line chart. Now I want to know in this which is the highest value. Means if I don't want to see the values, if I just want to view in the chart itself, which is the highest value, that value I want to mark with a specific color. So wherever there is a highest value in that, no, I want to mark with green color. Okay. So now how to mark it? Now, when I click here, are you able to see any tools in the top? No, right? There are no tools. But when I click inside this, there is something called as tools. Okay, whenever you insert a chart, you will have a chart tools, right? In the title bar, it will display chart tools. Below that, there will be design and format. Now, when I insert a Sparkline chart, then it will display a design. Under that design, here it shows high point, first point, last, all this. Now, what I said, I want to show which is a high point in this, in which month. So I have inserted a chart for how many months? 5 months, right? So now I want to know the high point. If I click on this high point, see it is applying here red color, but I don't want to use all at once. What I said, I want to highlight the high point with green color. So how to do that? Can you see here marker color? Just click on marker color. Okay, there we have high point. So in this high point, I want to give here green color wherever there is a high point. So in the standard colors, here I'll select green. So now wherever there is a high point, it is represent means, see here it is. High point is highlighted with what? Green color. Now wherever there is a lowest point, I want to highlight with red color. So again, I'll click on this. I'll select here low point and I'll click on here red color. See? For the high point, what I have given here? Green color. And for low point, what I have given? I have given here red color. Now, if you don't want to see in the form of line chart, if you want it in the form of a column chart, so what you can do here, again, I'll type in the cell as column chart. We call this as line sparkline chart, column sparkline chart. Okay, so you have to remember what is meant by sparkline. Sparkline is a mini chart which can be inserted within a cell. Okay, now I want to insert here a column chart. So how to insert it? See, before what I did to insert a line chart, I selected the cell where I wanted to insert a chart. But now what I'll do is, I will not select the cell where I want the chart. What I'll do is, first I'll select the data range for which I want to insert a chart. Then I'll select here, insert. Then you need to select here what? Column. Now, see, before I selected the location range, right, for line chart. So it was asking, choose the data that you want. Okay. But now what I have selected the data range. So now what it is displaying here, choose whether you want the sparkline to be placements in which location. So click here, select the cell. So now what it is showing here, H2. I want that chart to be inserted here. Just click on OK. Now click and drag down like this. So now you can see here. Here I cannot add the data labels, but here if you want, you can highlight with the colors. So currently I don't have any negative values here, so I'll not go to negative points. If I want to know the last point, like wherever there's a last point, no, I want to highlight that with this color. This is orange SN2 darker 25%. See, all the last points are highlighted like this. If I want to know, or if I want to mark the low point also, you can select R. Now let's say I have highlighted here last point, right? Now first let me highlight first point. So first point I'll highlight with green SN6 darker 25%. Okay, like this you can indicate it. If you insert a winner loss, so in winner loss, now it shows all the bars in same. Let me show you here. Win or loss sparkline. Here now when you have positive and negative values, you can use this winner loss chart. But let me show you here how it looks like. Now where I have placed, can anyone tell me why I have placed here? Now I have selected the cell I2. What exactly it is? Is it a data range or a location range? Can anyone tell me? Now I've selected a cell I2. Is it a location range or a data range? Okay. So this is what? This is called as location range. Now what I have to select? I have to select a data range. How to select it? Insert, then winner loss. Now we have to select what? Data range. Okay. Now you need to select this. See, I'm not selecting the entire data. It is only based on a row or a column. We can insert a chart. Okay. So it is only for Sam. I have not inserting a chart for Sam, John, Ram, Lohit, J in a single cell. In each cell, it is displaying a chart only for the specific record. Okay. Now I'll click on here. Okay. Now I'll fill it. See, is there any change? Is there any difference between column chart and winner loss? See, as I told you, winner loss, we'll use it for what purpose? When you have both positive and negative values, no? That time we'll be using this winner loss. Now, currently, I don't want here winner loss. I want to delete it. Uh, let's check. Can I delete by using delete key? Is it possible? If you have any data, if you just select it and press delete, it gets deleted, right? Can anyone tell me, can I delete this winner loss chart by pressing delete key? Anyone? See, when I select this range and press delete, no, it will not get deleted because it is a chart which is inserted within a cell. And if you want to clear this chart, you need to select it. You have to do right click on that. Here we have Sparklines. Okay. Here you have to select clear selected Sparklines. And one more way is, can anyone tell me if I want to clear this, what else I can do? That option is under home tab. Anyone? If I want to clear the contents, we use an option right under home tab. What is that option? Under clear, we have here clear all. If you don't want it, one method is what? You need to right click on the chart, select Sparklines, and then select what? Select the Sparklines from selected cells. Now let's use this winner loss for some other data. I'll copy these names and then paste it over here. Can anyone tell me what is the shortcut key of cut? What is the shortcut key of cut? So here I want to insert winner loss chart. So I'll give here winner loss. If you know the shortcut key for cut, you can type it in the chat. So here I'll give points, Jan, Feb, March, April, May. So here I have entered the names of employees. Let me change the name as salesperson. Okay. All the four are a salesperson. Okay. If they have given any target, like let's say you have to reach this much target. If they have reached, they will be adding up points. Okay. Here what I'm going to do is, if they have done the sales, I'll add here 5. If they have not done the sales, I'll give the value in negative. Okay. So I'm adding here -2. Wherever I use minus, it is a negative point. Wherever I give a positive value, it is a point what they have got for the sales, what they have done in a specific month. Okay. So it is out of 5. Give you a 4, 3, -3, 4, -2, 3 minus 4 minus, not minus, 3, then 4, 5, 4 minus 3, 4 minus 2, 3, 5 minus 4 and 3. Now here I want to insert winner loss chart. Win or loss. Now I'll select the cell where I want to insert a winner loss chart, winner loss sparkline chart. Go to insert, select here winner loss. Now we need to select here a data range. So now I want to know for only Sam's data. So I'll select here Sam. Then I'll click on here. Okay. Now you can see the difference. Wherever there is a positive value, it is above. Wherever there is a negative value, that is highlighted with red color, it is below. Okay. If you want to fill it for others, you can just use a mouse and then drag it down. When there is a both positive and negative value, then only it shows like this. If there are all, means if the cells contains all positive values, how that winner loss chart will be inserted? See, it will be inserted like this. It will be in a same manner. There will be no difference. But can you see here in this, wherever there is a positive value, it is indicated with blue. Negative value, it is indicated with red color. If you want to make any changes in this, if you don't want this color, if you want to change the style, you can choose here whichever style you want. Not only for this, for whenever you insert any chart, you can make use of this styles. You just need to select it and then change. Now what I did here I have it based on a single record, right? If I want to know only Jan month's sales, so what I can do here, I can select the cell where I want the chart. Then what you need to do, go to insert, then you need to select which chart you want to insert. Now let's say I want to insert here line chart for only Jan month details. So what I need to do, I've selected the cell where I want the chart. Now you need to select here line chart. Now select the data range and then just click on what? Okay. Now for other months, if you want to fill, what you need to do, you need to click and drag like this. Now here I'll name it as line, sparkline. So here also, whenever you do this, if you get confused with this chart and this, you can name it as what? Line sparkline and column sparkline charts. Now here I want to give column sparkline. So I'll click here. First, I'll select the data range for which I want to insert a column sparkline. Now I'll select column sparkline. Now select the location where you want to insert it. Click on OK. And then fill. Similarly, if you want for win or loss, if you want to know how win or loss sparkline will be inserted, the same way you can do it. If at all, if you want to view all the charts, like currently I have selected a column sparkline. If you want to view line sparkline here, you can click on this line, it will change to line. If you click on win or loss, it will change to win or loss. If you want line again, click. Once here you can select whichever type of sparkline you want. Okay, this is about sparkline charts. It is mainly used to represent or display trends, and these charts are inserted in a cell, a single cell. Okay, In this, if you have any doubts, please let me know in a chat. Okay. So now we'll start our next topic, that is pivot table. Anyone knows what is meant by pivot table? You can call it as pivot table also, or pivot table. Okay. So before starting pivot table, can anyone tell me what is meant by table? We have used that table in home tab. What is meant by table? And what is a shortcut key to format the data range as table? Anyone? Type it in the chat. What is table and for what purpose we use table? And what is the shortcut key to format the data range as table? Okay. Table is nothing but, usually if I say table, we'll remember what? Rows and columns. The data will be organized in a tabular format. But here, table in Excel means it is mainly used for analyzing data. And shortcut key to format the data range as table is Control T. What is the shortcut key? Control T. Now, today we'll check. Today we'll discuss about pivot table. So pivot table, it is in which tab? It comes under insert tab. Okay. Under insert tab, we have a group by name tables group. There we have pivot table. So it is mainly used for summarizing complex data. And whatever options we used, such as sort, filter in table, those options also there in pivot table. And in table, like when you format it, all the records you can see, but here no, we can specify which are the field details we want to see. Can anyone tell me in the current sheet how many field details I have given? You can see a sheet by name pivot on or pivot 1. There I have entered some data. How many fields are there here? So here we have totally 6 fields. That is EMP code, name, place, department, salary, and DOJ. DOJ is nothing but date of joining. So now I want to view only specific details. I don't want to view all the details. So before going to pivot table, I'll show you first how table looks and then we'll start pivot table. I'm going to select the range that is B1 to E10. I'm copying this. Control C is a shortcut key of copy. I'll add a new sheet. I'll paste it here. Can anyone tell me why it is showing your ash symbol? Why it is not displaying the salary? Instead of displaying numbers, what I have entered, why it is showing here ash symbol? So whenever there is whenever there is no specific column width is not there. See, I have entered the numbers here. but the column width for this is very less. Okay, so you have to adjust this column width so it will fit that data within that cell. So what you need to do, you need to select the columns. If you do left double click, it will fit to that particular data. So if you want to increase the column width, what we have to, one method is you can select the columns, you can do left double click, or you need to click and drag. So I said table, it is used for analyzing data. When you format as table, it will display in this format. So first what you need to do is you'll select the data range and then we'll press Control T. Control T is a shortcut key to format the data range as a table. Here we have a headers. Headers are nothing but field names. Here we have name, place, department, and salary. Now here it is showing my table as headers. If I uncheck it and then if I click on OK, so it will consider there is no headers for this. Okay, so if you have a headers, don't deactivate it. When you have a headers, it should be activated, it should be checked, and then if you click on OK, the table looks like this, where we had sort, that is A to Z, Z to A, sort by color, all these options were under table. Okay, but now what we are going to use is pivot table. Here when you filter the data, when you format as table, you can view all the records and all the fields, but I don't want to view all the fields. What I said, I want to view only specific field details. So I'll click on here, pivot one sheet. Now what I'm going to do is I'll select the entire data range. Now can anyone tell me what is the range I have to select? See, I want to select the entire data range. Can anyone tell me what is the range I'm supposed to select here? You can see till where data is there, right? So the beginning and the ending, you're able to view it. Now tell me what is the range. So here you have to select a range from A1 to F15. Okay. Now if you are not sure which pivot table to be inserted, so what you need to do is you can go to insert. So we have here recommended pivot tables. So click on this. For the selected data, I think I've selected extra row. One sec. Let me increase it here. Select recommended tables. So here it will show the recommended pivot tables for the data which I have selected. So here it is showing the first recommended pivot table is showing how many persons are working in accounts department, how many are working in IT department, how many are working in legal, production and sales. If I click on OK, this type of report will be inserted. If you select sum of salary by department, here it will show in accounts department, like whichever person data I have given, know how much you're earning the salary. It will sum up all the salaries of specific departments and then here it will show the result. See here, it is showing for accounts, next IT department, legal department, production, and then sales. Here, if I select this count of employee code by place, so it will show like if you have the employees and they're from which place, like how many are from Bangalore, how many are from Bijapur, that it will list here. So currently there are two persons from Bangalore, from Bijapur one. So how many are there, that it is listing over here. If I select here sum of salary by place, sum of salary by place means see here what it displayed, it is showing sum of salary by department. Department wise salary it was showing. But here it is adding salaries of specific places. Let's say Bangalore, whoever is from Bangalore, right? So only their salary it is summing up and then it is showing here. If you don't want to use this, what you need to do, you need to first select the data. Then you have to select pivot table. Now, can you see here? Choose the data that you want to analyze. So it is asking for what? It is asking you to select the table or range. Table is nothing but what I've created previously, no? That is table. If you want, you can select the table or range. Now what I have selected is a data range. Okay. And now you can see here, it is showing choose where you want the pivot table report to be placed. It is asking where you want to place the report. Now, if I want to insert it in the same worksheet where I have the data, so what I have to do, have to select here existing worksheet. If I select existing worksheet, I need to select the location where I want to insert it. Let's say I want to insert in A48 cell. So just select that and then click on what? Okay. Now we can see here it is showing to build a report, choose fields from the pivot table field list. Now, when you format as table, what happens there? It will be just formatted as table and the data will not be inserted somewhere else or in the same location. It will be just formatted as table. There itself will be filtering, will be arranging the data. But where I have my original data is from A1 to F15 in which sheet? In pivot 1 sheet. Where I am going to insert, where I have inserted a report, I wanted in A48 cell. So I selected that cell and then I clicked on OK. But where are the fields? Whatever fields I wanted, it is not inserted there. Where it will be shown? It will be shown towards right side of the window. Can you see here? Pivot table fields. And is also showing choose fields to add to report. Now, whatever fields I want to see in the report, only to add it, what we need to do? We need to select here. Now, I'll select this name. You should not just click OK. You need to select it, drag it. Now I want to view the names in rows. So click and drag it here. Can you see here? Now names are displayed where? Names are displayed in rows. Now I want to view the salary. So how to view the salary? See, salary should not add it to rows. Anything with respect to values. Okay, if it is number, it should come to where? It should come to values. So salary, you just need to select it and then drag it to where? Values. So now it is showing what? It is showing employee's name and then their salary. Now, if I want to view here even EMP code, that is employee code. So how do I add it? Again, I want it in this way only. So I'll just select this employee code and add it. But it is displaying like this, but I want it above this. So I'll place it above. See? If you don't want to view employee code, we can deactivate it. Now, if I want to see they are from which place. So I want to view the place details in columns. So I'll select this place field and then add it to columns. See, now what it is showing? It is showing the data based on place wise. See, this is Anu. She is from Bangalore and she is earning a salary that is 20,000. Now, if I want to see even department, first what I have given place. Okay. If I want to see based on department, from which place and which department, so I'll select this department, then I'll add this to columns. Now, can you see here how it is looking like? Here it's like it looks very complex data, but it can view it in an easy manner. Now it is showing persons who are from Bangalore and their salary. Now, if I don't want to view like this, I just don't want to see they are from which departments. You can just minimize this. Can you see here minus? Click on this. When you click on that, it will minimize all. It will not show they belong to which department. Now, you want to see based on departments, not based on place. So, but here that view is not there, right? When I wanted to add the fields, it was showing some list. Now it is not there. So how do I enable that list? To enable that list, just right click on where? Right click on the pivot table report. Select here show field list. So when you give their show field list, it will display here. Now I'll just swap it in the place of place. I'll add a department. Now can you see here? It is showing persons who are from accounts department and they belong to which place. Anu from Bangalore, accounts department, she's earning so much. And then Lily, she's from Bangalore, accounts department, and what is the salary she's earning. Now, if you don't want to make it very complicated, what you have to do, again, right click, select show field list. Now, I just want to see only name and salary. I'll deactivate this. See, when I deactivate, what are the things you can see here? You can only see their names and their salary. Now here, let's check what are the other options it is displaying. If I click on this now, here we have A to Z. I hope you remember what is meant by sort. If you know what is meant by sort, please let me know in a chat. S-O-R-T, sort. Why do we use sort option? Anyone? Why? What is the use of sort? So when I clicked there, now it was showing A to Z and Z to A. What is the use of using sort option? Sort is used when you want to arrange data in ascending or descending order. So now the data what I have entered, okay, if it is not there in a proper order, so how do we arrange it? You have to click on this button. What is this button name? This button name is filter button. You have to click on this. If you click on A to Z, if it is not arranged in a proper order, it will be arranged. If you want it in, now I had given there as A to Z. Now if I want to view the details in descending to ascending order, descending to ascending means from Z to A. You can click on this, select here Z to A. Now the data, it is arranged in descending to ascending order. So why do we use sort? Sort is used for arranging the data either in ascending or descending order. Now whenever you insert a pivot table, no, we will have pivot table tools. When you insert a table, you will have table tools, right? In the same manner, here we'll have pivot table tools. So here we have analyze, and then what we have, design. So in analyze, what are the options available? Here we have a pivot table name. So for this, if I want to give some name, means for the report what I have created. So I'm going to give the name here as salary report. Now I'll click outside. So it was renamed as what? Salary report. Uh, Now, if you want to make some changes in this, make some changes means I don't want to view my data in the same manner. I want to change the style of this pivot table. So to change that view, what you need to do is you need to select here design. Okay. Now when you click on this, here we have light means like see, if I click outside, it was like this. It's like none, you're not applying any format to that. So here we have a white pivot style light one. Here you can choose whichever you want. This is light and this is medium format and this is dark. So you can choose whichever styles you want. Once you click, that will be applied. Now can you see here row headers are enabled here. When I click on this, what will happen? So that formatting, whatever will be there now for the row headers, if you are given any headings for the row, then it will be cleared. You can see in the style. Say if I apply some style like this. If I give here banded rows, can you see here? Before these lines were not there. There was no a thick colored lines. If I enable this, it will have. If you give banded columns, see, it will have a column. This is column header. Can you see here? There was a background for this. There was some color. So when that is cleared. Now you can see here grand total. Grand total means what? A total of this. If I don't want to see the grand total, you can click on this and then you can give here. If I give on for rows only, currently I have not given for rows. So it is only showing what? It was showing for a column. So it is deactivated. Now let's see if I update any data in my main data here, what I have, will it be updated? So let me set this properly. Here I'll add MWF015. I've added a new record here. So let me give this in caps, MWF015. Archana, Bangalore, accounts department, 25,000 to 22 2021. Now let's check. I have added one record here. Will it be updated in our pivot table report? Is it updated? See, I've added one more record here. So totally I had here 14 records. Why is it 14 records? Is see, the data what I had before was in from A1 to F15. Okay, you should not include this field. You should not include the header. You have to start from here. So from here, how many records were there? From there were totally 14 records. Now I have added one more record here. Okay, I had selected to insert a pivot table report from a range A1 to F15 only. I had not included this row. Now I have a question that is it possible or will in this pivot table report, whatever record what I have added, will it be updated? If you're able to see the updated record, can you tell me, are you able to see the record which I've added now? If you're able to see, say yes or else no. Okay. So now Here, whatever record I have added, no, it is not updated because when I selected for the pivot table report, I had selected from A1 to F15 only. So now to update here, what we have to do is we need to click inside a pivot table report. Then we need to select here what? Analyze. You have to select here change data source. Click on change data source, then select the range, means you have to reselect the data range and then you have to click on OK. If you check now, see here Archana's record is updated. See, if I want, I can try to change the names here, but not this. You cannot make any changes in this. If I want to update, see, let's say I want to change the salary of Anu to 23,000. If I try to select the cell and then type, it will not, it is not possible. See, it is showing, it is giving me a warning that we can't change this part of the pivot table report. So what you need to do, where you have to update it, you have to update this in your main data. So here is the main data, right? Now what I want to do? I want to change Anu's salary from 20,000 to 23,000. See here, I'm changing this to 23,000. Now let's check whether it will be updated there or not. Is it updated here? Is it updated? See, it's not updated. It is still showing 20,000. So to update any changes you have done, what you need to do, go to analyze, click on refresh. So when you give here a refresh, so the data will be updated. So here now you can also see two more options here. It's a loading. Slicer and timeline. So slicer is a tool which is used to view specific field details only. Currently I have given only two. In that also, if I make other changes to view, we use slicer. I'll show you that. And timeline is used to view data based on only dates. If you don't have dates in your data, then you cannot use timeline option. Okay, so now let's update here, analyze, refresh, refresh all. Think it's, wait one sec. See, now it is updated. So if you add a new record, to update that record, and a pivot table tools and analyze, we use change data source. Okay, if you make any changes in the selected data only, what you need to do to update it, you have to select the report, then you have to select here analyze, then you have to use refresh and then use refresh all. One more is now here I want to view all this, like let's say I'm going to add here place, and I'm going to add this place in filter. So you can see here there is a filter. So why do we use your filter? Filter is used to view only specific place details. If I select here, select multiple items, and then if I click on OK, now I want to see the persons who are from Bangalore only. I'll deactivate everything. I'll select here only Bangalore, and then I'll click on here OK. So it will show the records of those employees who are from Bangalore. Again, I'll click on this to clear the filter. click on this, click on OK. Let's say now I want to view more than one place details. So what you need to do, you need to click on this. Now let's say I want to see Mangalore and Mumbai data. I deactivate everything, Mangalore and Mumbai. Then if you click on OK, it will only show the details of those employees who are from Mangalore and Mumbai. To clear, again click on this, select all. Okay. So now it shows what? Now it shows only the records which I wanted to view. Again, to view the field list, you have to do right click, show field list. So when you use show field list, it will show the field list options here. Now here, let me add few things. Now let's add this department to columns. So now what I have done, I have added department to columns. Now you can see here under filters, I've added a place. Now, if I don't want that place in filters, what you need to do is you need to uncheck this. So once you uncheck, what it does, it will just clear it. See? Now, in this, again, I want to view specific field details, I said. So how to view specific field details? Now I just want to see their name and their salary. If you add like this also, if you have n number of data, if you want to see only specific persons, what you have to do is just go to analyze, click inside a pivot table, click on insert slicer. Now here I'll give name and then I'll click on here. Okay. Now here it is only listing what? Names. If I select here Anu, it will only show Anu's record. If I select here Divya, it will only show Divya's record. If I want to clear the filter, what you need to do? You need to click on this to clear the filter. Now let's say I want to add one more slicer. So I'll select it, analyze, insert slicer. Now, based on the employee code, if I want to view, I'll enable here employee code. Then I'll click on here. Okay. Now here I have added two slices. This is for employee code and this is for name. Now I'll select this employee code. If you want to change the style of that, you can choose whichever format you want. Now this one I'll select. I'll change the slices style to white slices style like 3. Okay, so now here if I want to see based on employee code, I'll select this. It will only show that particular employee details. Let's say I want to know this employee code data, that is MWF010 employee code data. So once I click on that, it shows only that record. To uncheck this, what you need to do means if you want to clear everything and if you want to view all the data, what you need to do is need to click on this. So it will clear the filter. Now, when you add this slicer, no, if it is overlapped like this, what you have to do when it is overlapped, you can place it somewhere else, or if you want to view it in the same manner, you can just select it. You can click on here, send backward. If you want to get this front, then you can click on here, bring forward. Now, if you don't want to use this slices, you can select it and you can press delete key to delete it. So once you delete, that will be deleted. If I don't want even this, in the same manner, right click. Here you have remove name. So if you click on that also, it gets removed. Okay. And next, what we have here is timeline. A slicer was introduced in pivot table from 2010 version and above version. And from 2013 onwards, slicer is also present in table. But this timeline feature, it is introduced from 2013 version onwards. This feature will only work if you have a data. What type of data it should have? It should have only date formats. Okay, if you have dates, then only this timeline will work. Okay, so take a break for 10 minutes, then I'll continue the session at 3:07. Okay, take a break. Okay, so we had done till slicer, right? So now we'll begin from timeline. What is meant by timeline? What is timeline? So before giving a break itself, I told you, right, why timeline is used. Why do we use timeline? For what type of data timeline can be used? Timeline can be used only for dates. Okay, if you don't have dates, you cannot use timeline. So now let's check for the data for which I have inserted a pivot table report. Do we have a date column or not? So here we have date of joining column where we have the date. Now we'll see how to view the data based on date. So now what you need to do to use timeline, again you need to click inside what? Click inside a pivot table report. Then what you need to do? You need to select here, analyze. Here you have to give insert timeline. If you don't have date column, here timeline cannot be used. So if you want to insert a pivot table report and if you want to filter it based on dates, you need to have date column. Okay, so you need to enable here date of joining, and then you need to click on OK. So when you click on OK, here you will get DOJ tool where I can filter the data based on dates. So now when you insert this timeline, you're able to see months. If I click outside, are you able to see any tools here? No tools now. When I click inside this, you will have timeline tools. Under that we have options. Okay, then if you want to change the caption, if you don't want this DOG, you can change the caption, but I don't want to change it, so I'm not changing the caption here. If you want to change the timeline style, you can click on this. You can apply whichever style you want. And if you want to increase the height of this, you can click on this to increase the height. If you want to increase the width, what you need to do, you need to click on this. Here it is in show, all the four options are checked. So now what are they? What is meant by header here? Now in a timeline, you can see months, I said all periods it is showing, and DOJ. If I uncheck this, are you able to see that heading? See, now it is not visible. If you want to show that, what you need to do, this has to be enabled. And here scroll bar is there, right? This is scroll bar. If you want to view all the months details of whichever month you have given, you can use the scroll bar to check. If scroll bar is deactivated here, then what you need to do, you need to click like this and then check. So if you want to use scroll bar, you need to enable this. And then here you have selection label. Selection label is nothing but like for what type of data it is for all the periods, means like whatever data I have for all the data, here the years, months, and then dates are given. And here we have time level. Now I said here it is staying in the form of months, right? If I uncheck this, are you able to see anything here? See, here it is not showing months. Now I'll enable this. If I click on this, see what and all options we have in a drop down. We have here years, quarters, months, and days. Now if I want to check who has joined based on years, I don't want to see every month. I just want to see in which year they have joined. So if I select this years, it will show here. It is showing from 11 to 2021. So whatever records you have given from which year to which year you have specified, within that range, it will show the years. Now it is starting from 2011 and then it is given till 2021. Now I want to check who have joined in 2015. So if I click on 2015, so it will show here the name, mainly the records it will show, like they are from which place, whatever I have added to report, no, only that will show. In my report, what all I had given only name, the salary, and they belong to which department. So it is showing only that much. If I select here 2014, it will show who have joined in 2014. If you want to view based on months, what you need to do, you need to again click on this, select here months. So months means how it checks. Let's say in 2011, I want to check anyone has joined in Jan month. No. So when you click on this, if any person has joined, then it will show their record. See, in 2011 August month, who has joined, only their records it will display. Means we need to give like this. You need to select the particular month, then it will show the details. Now, if I want to see based on quarters, like it will show from 2011, quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, and quarter four. So now I want to check in 2012, um, in the third quarter, if anyone has joined or not. So if I click on this, so it will show Sanjay's record because that person is joined in third quarter. Now, to clear this, what you need to do is you need to click on this so it will clear the filter. Remember, if you want to see based on months, you need to select months. If you want to view the records based on years, you have to select years. If you want to see based on days means it starts like this: Jan 2011, Jan 1, 2, 3, like full month dates only it will display. So whenever you want to view a particular records, you can just use here years, quarters, and months. If you want to use days, then you can directly give here. No, in the filter itself, you can specify which date and all. So instead of using this timeline, when you have to use, when you want to see based on only years, quarters, and months. It depends on your requirement, like how you want. If I don't enable this, then it will not show the timeline only. So by default, what it shows, let's see. Now I'll select this, I'll go to analyze timeline, date of joining, and then I'll click on OK. By default, it is showing months. If I deactivate this, see, then I have to check based on months only. You can't check based on years or based on quarterly. So now to view, you can enable this. Now, if you don't want this timeline, you can select this and then press delete. So when you delete it, the timeline, whatever you have added, that will be deleted. Now, I have a question for you all. Uh, is it possible to use timeline in table? Is it a feature, a timeline in table? So we have done a table in third or fourth session, right? Now, can anyone tell me, is it a feature, a timeline in table? Let me know in a chat. timeline, it is not there in table, it is only there in pivot table. Okay, before going to the next topic, I want to know how many have done the assignment. I have sent assignment on Feb 11th or something, right? So how many have completed the assignments? Type it in the chat, how many have completed the assignment? So I had given one assignment by name Excel assignment 1. How many have completed it? Let me know in the chat. And I'll be sending the second assignment, that will be Excel assignment 2, and that includes only home tab. And on Monday I'll be sending Excel assignment 3, which includes charts and formula based. Okay, so before giving this Excel assignment 2, I want to know how many have done Excel assignment 1. Do you have any doubts in that assignment? Please let me know in a chat. So if I want to continue the session, please let me know. I want to know whether you have done the assignment or not. So now I'll be asking a question based on today's session. Okay, what is Sparkline? What is Sparkline? Type it in the chat. What is Sparkline chart? What is Sparkline? Okay. Sparkline is a chart which can be inserted within a cell. Okay. How many types of Sparklines charts are there? Okay. There are 3 types of Sparklines. What are they? Line, column, and win or loss. Now, can you tell me which sparkline I have to use when there is both positive and negative values? If I have both positive and negative values, which chart will be inserted? Line, column, or win or loss? Which chart can be inserted when there is positive and negative values? Line, column, or win or loss? Okay. So win or loss chart can be inserted. That is, win or loss sparkline chart can be inserted when there is both positive as well as negative values. Okay. What is the shortcut key to add and remove filter? Anyone remembers this? Shortcut key to add and remove filter in Excel. So shortcut key to add and remove filter is Control plus Shift plus L. When you press Control Shift L, it adds a filter. This is filter. If you have any data, if you just want to sort the data or use specific records, instead of changing the data range to table, we can use this filter. What is meant by combo chart? When it is used, combo chart, COMBO chart, combo chart. So combo chart is used when you want to insert more than one chart type. Okay. Is it possible to move the chart to a different location? See, when you insert a chart, it will be inserted in the same sheet, right? Is it possible to insert a chart? Is it possible to insert a chart in a different sheet? Yes. So we can move the chart to a sheet called as chart sheet. Basically, when you insert a chart, it will be inserted in the same sheet. If you don't want it in the same sheet, like an object, you can move that to a new sheet as an object if you want, or you can move to a sheet called as chart sheet only. Okay. Now, what I'll do is I'll select this data range. See, last class we have discussed about chart, right? So here we have pivot chart also. Now first I'll copy this data, Control C copy. I'll add a new sheet, Control V. And you see here, I have a data from A1 to F9. I'll select this data. When you insert a pivot table, only pivot table report will be inserted. When you insert a pivot chart, both table and chart will be inserted. Now I have selected the data range. Now I don't want to insert this in the same sheet. I want it in a new sheet. If I want it in the same sheet, then we'll be using existing worksheet. I don't want it to be inserted in the existing worksheet. I want it in a new worksheet. So I'll select here new worksheet and then I'll click on here. Okay. Now I want this names and axis labels. Axis labels is nothing but an x-axis. And I'll add the salary to values. See here. Names are in x-axis and salary is in y-axis. So if you want to change it, here again we have axis styles, data table is there. If you want to view the salary in a chart only, you can also view in this, like whatever we have learned in the previous session, like to change the chart styles. If you want to switch row to column or column to row, all those options you can use here. Okay. When you insert the pivot table, only pivot table report will be inserted. When you insert a pivot chart, both chart and pivot table will be inserted. Now we have done a pivot table only for one data range. Let's say one table. If you want to analyze more than one table, so we need to create a relationship and then we can create a pivot report. Now let's see how to do that. See, when I selected this range, I think you would have noticed here. When I selected the range and when I selected this pivot table, it is showing here choose whether you want to analyze multiple tables. So this is a single range what I had selected, but now what I want is I want to analyze more than one table. So for that we need to have two datas or two tables. So now let's see how to analyze two tables. Now here I'm going to give EMP code and the name of the person. 101, 102, 103. So I'll select these two. I want it till 110. Then I'll add the name of the employees. Anu, Manu, Anu, J, Sony, Tara, Likit, Sam, Rohan, Lily. Okay, these are the employees. So whenever like any person joins a company, their record will be, means the data will be recorded, right? Now let's consider this is that employee record. Okay, uh, I'll rename this sheet as main or employee data. Okay, now I'm going to add one more sheet. Here again, I'll copy paste the same employee code. See, I'm selecting this A1 to A11. I'll copy this, paste it here. Here I'm going to give the report like quarterly, based on quarterly, whatever they have done the sales, I'll specify like I'll give, I'll not specify in terms of money, only based on quantity. Okay, here I'll give quarter 1, quarter 2. If I want for other sales as Q3, Q4, we can just fill it like this. See what I have given here. Here I have given employee code and name. This is the main data. Okay. In sheet 5, I have not specified the name. See, names can be repeated, but not the employee code. So in both the tables, there is one unique column, that is employee code. Okay. Now, wherever I leave space, that means in that quarter, that person has not done any sales. Okay. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. I'm just entering some random values here. 3, 4, 9, 8, 10, 12. In quarter 4, 12, 6, 7, 8, 6, 5, 4. This sheet 5, I'll rename it as sales report. Sales report. So first I don't want to view all the sheets. So I want to hide all the sheets except these two. I'll select the sheets by holding Control key. Then I'll right click on any of the sheet name. Then I'll select here hide. So except employee data and sales report, all the other sheets are hidden now. Now I want to use relationship and then if I want to analyze more than one table, see for a data range or a single table, we need not to create a relationship. Okay, if you want to analyze multiple tables, we need to create a relationship between two tables. So what you need to do is, let's check where exactly that relationship comes under. Relationship comes under a tab, that is data tab. So here, to create a relationship, we have to use this relationship option. So in employee data, I have the data from A1 to B11. This I will format as a table. So first, what you need to do, you need to select the data range. Then what is the shortcut key to format the data range as table? Control T. So you need to press what? Control T. Here we have our headers. Now, if you don't have a header, then you have to uncheck this. We have a header. Already it is checked. Just click on OK. Here, I'm going to give the name as EMP data 1. What is the name I have given here? EMP data 1. Now, I'll select here sales report sheet. Now, I'll select this data range, then Control T, then click on OK. Now I want to rename this data, means this table. So for this, I'm going to give the name as what? Report 1. Remember, if you want to give a name to a table, you should not just select it and then you should not type it in the name box. If you're giving a name for the range, then you have to do like this. When you're giving a name to a range, you have to select the data range and then you have to type it in the name box. If it is a table, if you want to change the name of the table, then you have to click inside the table. Under table tools, you'll have design. There you need to change a name. Okay, you should not give a space here. If you want to give a space and then if you want to give a name, you can use underscore, EMP underscore data, something like that you can give. Okay, now here I want to analyze these two tables and then I want to insert a pivot table report. So now click inside a table. First, before inserting a pivot report, what you need to do is you need to create a relationship between this table, that is EMP data 1 and then report 1. So to create a relationship, we need to select relationship feature. Can anyone tell me where is the relationship feature? Relationship is under which tab? Relationship option is under which tab? Is it under home, insert, or data tab? Yes. So relationship is under data tab. So now click on this table or select this table, any table you can insert. Then you have to select what? Data tab. There we have relationships. So click on what? Click on relationships. So here it is showing it is already created for some data. I don't want this, so I'm deleting this. Now what I want is I want to create a new relationship between two tables. So to create it, you have to select here new. Here, like whatever tables I have created, no, it is showing the list here. Now I want to create a relationship between EMP data 1 and report 1. So what you need to do, in the first, can you see here? Create relationship. Pick the tables and columns you want to use for this relationship. So here I'm going to relate the table with the report 1. So I'll select here report 1, and it is related to which table? It is related to EMP data 1. Now here we need to select a common columns. See, in employee data also I have one common column. See, here we have EMP code, and as well as in sales report I have given employee code column. That is a common column in both, that you need to select here. So in this drop down you need to select what? EMP code, and here also you have to select EMP code. Then what you need to do? Then you have to click on OK. See, it is showing creating relationship between tables is necessary to show related data from different tables on the same report. See, I have two tables here. What are the two tables I have given? EMP data 1 and report 1. See, it can be there in the same worksheet as well as in different worksheets. But if I want to combine both, means if I want to relate both, and then if I want to show the report, first we need to create a relationship. For that purpose only, what I did, I formatted the data as table, and then I'm creating a relationship. Remember, here you have to give to the report 1 and relating to which table? EMP data 1. And here you have to select common columns, and then you should click on OK. So once you click on OK, relationship will be created. Now let's check how it works. Again, select this table or this table, any table you can select for which you have created a relationship. Now select here insert tab. Then what you need to do? You need to select pivot table. Here it is asking choose the data that you want to analyze. So you can select this or that, anyone you can select. Now choose where you want the pivot table report to be placed. I want it in a new worksheet. So new worksheet is already selected. Now I am going to analyze multiple tables. If you want to analyze multiple tables, what you have to do? To analyze multiple tables, you need to enable this option. So you have to check this. If you are analyzing more than one table, then only you have to use this. Before analyzing, what you have to do? Before analyzing, you have to create a relationship between those tables. Okay. Now click on OK. Now here you can see as I had selected, I wanted that report in a new sheet. So it is inserted the sheet by name sheet 6. Now it is showing active. It is showing a table of what? It is showing only EMP data 1, but I have created a relationship between two tables, right? That is EMP data 1 and report 1. I want to view both the things. So what you need to do? It's not only active. Active means the table which I had selected, no? Only for that it is showing. But I want to see for all the tables. So just click on here, all. When you select here all, like how many tables are there in my current workbook, it will display here. Now from employee code, I want to view only EMP code. So just click and drag to rows. Now what you can see here, it is showing employee code. And I want to see quarterly report. I want to see only third quarter report. Now That quarterly report where I have given, in which table I have given? I have given it in report 1 table. What you need to do? You need to click on this. So it will show the fields, whatever you have added there. Now what is said? I want to view third quarter sales report. So I'll select this and then I'll drag it to values. Now it is displaying 102, 103, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10. It is not displaying the records of 101 and 107. Why? Any guess why it is not displaying the records of 101 and 110? It should display here, right? When I create a report, it should display. Why it is not displaying it? It is not displaying it because the cell was blank. They have not done any sales, so it is not displaying. Now let's check the report which it is displaying. Is it correct or wrong? Okay. I have added for quarter T, right? Here it is not showing 101 and then 107 employee codes details. Let's check in this. So we have it in sales report in quarter 3. 101 and 107 has not done any sales. Let's check of others data. 102 it is 463. So it is showing the exact result. See, we have created a relationship, so it is showing the result. What happens if I deactivate the relationship? Will it show the same result or will it show the wrong result? Have a question for you all. I have created a relationship, so it is showing me the correct result. If I deactivate the relationship, I've already got the report here, right? If I deactivate the relationship now, will it show the same values or will it display wrong values? Let me know in a chat. So what it does, if relationship is enabled, then only it will show the correct values, or else it will display false values. Now let us check here. So now can you tell me relationship is under which tab? Yes, relationship is under data tab. Go to data tab, click on here, relationships. Okay, now it is showing here the status. It is active, means whichever relationship, means for whatever tables you have created a relationship, no, it will show here. Currently I have given a relationship for these two. I'll select it. I'll click on here. I'm not deleting it. I don't want to delete it. If I delete every, means the data, what it displays, it will be wrong. And then later again, I have to create a relationship. I don't want to create a relationship now. What I'm going to do, I'm not deleting it. I'm just deactivating the relationship. So now when I click on this deactivate, it is warning. It is giving a warning that if you deactivate this relationship, any pivot tables, charts, or external data which combines data using tables or use this relationship may no longer display data correctly. Now what I want to deactivate and check. So I will click on what? Okay. So now it is deactivated. I'll close this. Now it is showing 56. Why it is showing 56? Can anyone tell me? Type it in the chat why it is showing 56. Why it is not showing proper values? One is because we have deactivated the relationship. But why it is showing 56? Why it is displaying the result here 56, a grand total? Because some of the values which were there in quarter 3, it will give a value as 56, so it is displaying it. Now again I will activate this. I have just deactivated, so it is showing this result, but I want a proper result. So to get a proper result, what we have to do, we need to select this, then again select relationship, select this, and then click on what, activate. So when you click on activate, can you see here it is showing the correct result. Now let's check for other quarter details. Now I'll add even quarter one here. Just click and drag those two values. So it is displaying the result. If you want for quarter four, click and drag it here. Here, for whichever quarters you want, only that you can activate it. It's just select it. If you don't want, you can uncheck this. If I click on close, that field list will be hidden now. So in today's session, what are the topics we have discussed? We have discussed Sparkline charts, pivot table for one particular data range or table, and for multiple tables, then pivot chart. So now let me save this file. If you have any doubts in charts, please let me know. Not only today's, in the last sessions also. If you have any doubts in charts, like how to add chart element, how to change the name of the chart, how to add a records, or how to filter it. If you have any doubts, please let me know in a chat. Any doubts in pivot table? Let me know in the chat. Any doubts? So I'll give you 2 minutes time. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Okay. Can anyone tell me what is my screenshot? Screenshot. Why do we use screenshot option? Anyone? Okay. You don't have any doubt, no? So I'll ask a question now. If I want to filter or if I want to view the records based on dates, which option I have to use? If I want to see the result based on dates, okay, in pivot table, okay, timeline. Uh, if you don't have dates, is it not possible to use? Is it necessary to have dates when you want to use timeline? Yes, we need to have dates to use timeline. Good. Uh, can you name any 5 charts? not in Sparklines. Can you name any 5 charts which will be used in our day-to-day life? Like for inserting a chart, any 5 charts. Yes, we have column chart, bar chart, line chart, area chart, scatter chart, donut chart. Yes. So these are the charts available under charts. Okay, now if you can you give some can you create a template in charts so that I can reuse it later? Is it possible to create a template? Template is nothing but a predefined design, okay, predefined format. Is it possible to create a template in chart so that I can reuse it? Yes, we can create a template, and whenever you save any templates, it will have an extension .crtx, that is chart template. Okay. Now, that time you saw, right? Here I have hidden the sheets. Now I want to unhide the sheets. So how do I unhide the sheets now? The sheets which I have hidden, I want to unhide it. So what is the procedure to unhide the sheets? Is there any procedure to unhide the sheets? Yeah, to unhide, you have to right click on any of the active sheets. Then what you need to do? You need to select here, unhide. The sheets which are hidden, it will list here. Okay, and whichever sheet, if you want to unhide it, you need to select that sheet and then you have to click on OK. So that particular sheet will be unhidden. Now, if I want to add a column towards like between C and D, how do I add a column? I want to add a column between C and D, not by using a shortcut. I'm not asking a shortcut. If I want to insert a column between C and D, what I have to do? Yes, you have to do right click on D column. If you want to insert between C and D, you have to right click on this. Then you have to click on insert. So when you do that, it will insert only one column. If I want to insert 2 columns between C and D, see when I did right click and then when I selected insert, it inserted only one, right? If I want to insert 2 columns, what you need to do? You need to select D and E column. Then you have to do right click. And then if you click on insert, 2 columns will be inserted. If you want to insert 3 columns, then what you need to do? You need to select D, E, F. Then right click on that. If you click on insert, it will be inserting 3 columns. In the same way, even for a rows also. Now, if I want to insert a row above this, right click, insert. If I want to add 2 more rows, I have to select here 2 rows, then right click on it, then click on insert. Okay. If you have any doubts in today's session, please let me know in a chat. Okay. So I'll end the session now. We'll continue in the next class. Okay. Thank you all.